13, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan is, well, question one of the worst films of the franchise. You have a terrible plot, laughable scenes, I mean how they choreograph it, and a general boring, just the film being general boring all throughout. This film is pretty bad. Taking place 8 years after the last film, Jason Voorhees is resurrected once again. He goes on a murderous killing rampage. You know, for a movie that has the word Manhattan in the title, you would think a majority of this film would take place in New York City, but it's not. In fact, they don't even get to New York till past the 1 hour mark. How you gonna call a movie called Jason Takes Manhattan and he's not even in New York City for half of the damn movie? I don't understand that at all. Even though that wouldn't have saved this trash film, at least straight true to the title. Nonetheless, there's not a whole lot of plot here. You just got basic teenagers who just graduated from high school. But other than that, there's nothing good of a plot in this film. It's all just terrible. I couldn't find not one redeeming quality of this film. Actually, let me take that back. There's one redeeming quality, and that's Kane Hodder. He returns playing Jason in this movie. And, you know, for what it's worth, he does a good job. Everyone else kind of phones it in. Everything in this movie is just bad. Bad writing, bad story, bad acting. Not a great film. This movie is just horrible. Nothing really goes on in this film. Nothing else significant, important to the whole franchise as a whole. It's just typical teenagers getting killed, Jason for his run amok until he's defeated at the end and he's swept away. In fact, there's nothing good about this movie other than the one thing I had mentioned beforehand. Now, one thing I would say, I wish they would have took their time with this. This, as horrible as it been, would lead into more trashy films down the line. Just look at Part 9 for example. But I'll get into my next review. But for this movie to be so terrible, you have to ask what went wrong. I guess a lot. It's one of the worst films out of the franchise. And there's nothing redeeming about it. I mean, there's not, like I said before, not much of a plot here. And it's just basically a dumb movie. It's awfully boring. I was looking at my watch halfway through the film wondering when this film was going to be over. That's how bad it is. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this film a 4. Like I said, it's a horrible movie. Nothing redeeming about it. The plot is nothing significant. You just have Jason going around, just doing his thing until he stopped at the end by, I guess, one of the main characters. And speaking of which, there's not one good main character in this movie. Unlike past Friday 13 films, where you might have had a good character here and there, I couldn't find not one worth mentioning in this film. In fact, I forgot their names as soon as the movie was over. That's how terrible this film really is. There's nothing searchable or redeemable about this movie. You'll forget in about a week's time, and you'll only enjoy it if you're drunk. Me, I couldn't find no enjoyment out of this film. And that's where this series was real declining. I like to think it start with Part 7 and continue onward from there. And that's my review of Friday 13 Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Alright, leave your comments in the section below. Let me know what you think about this film. Do you hate it? Do you think it's the worst? Or one of the worst films in the franchise? You know, I wish the writers actually gave a damn about this movie and actually made something worthwhile. They kind of brought Tommy Jarvis back. who was in the early films, and make this really interesting. Even dive more into Jason's origin. I think that would have been real nice. And for crying out loud, this film majority of it should have been in New York City. Except half of it is spent on a boat. Don't name the film Jason Takes Manhattan when he's not even in New York City for half the movie. Alright, since I'm returning to reviewing this series, up next is my review of Jason Goes to Hell Part 9. And that's the worst film in the franchise. And I would say the worst. Anyway, that's my next review. Okay, this is Slum Guy 172 saying, peace out.
World, but it's all they know. You tried to fix it, but there's nothing you can do. You just gotta see it through.